Howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Brother Sister Show, a family-owned and operated podcast where siblings attempt to keep in touch by talking about movies. This week, we're doing our top 10. We're just catching up, talking about 2021 in general, 2021 in films and TV, and then what we're looking forward to in 2022. And then we're obviously doing our top 10 individually, and I don't know if we're going to do one for the podcast, but we're at least going to show you the ones that we've ranked as our top 10.
Yeah, probably not by our like collectively, because there's some movies that we just both haven't seen yet. Maybe by the
we
time
have different tastes. Like I don't want to argue why certain movies should be number one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's probably just best if we have our own.
Yeah.
Which is not bad.
Yeah. Good enough.
But what is up? It has been an entire year since I've seen you.
Oh my god. Well, that's not true.
I honestly forgot that the last episode was the last one of 2021. I feel like we should have done something.
Like what?
I don't know. But Happy New
Get
Year,
COVID?
everyone. Yeah, so I have COVID. Well, I tested positive.
Yeah, and I guess I'm operating under the assumption that I also have it because I don't know where other people are, but in Texas, at least very specifically in San Antonio, it is so fucking hard to find like at home tests, but also just trying to find a rapid test to schedule.
Right.
Super hard to do that. So yeah. So here we are.
Yeah, I tested positive on the 30th of December last year. Luckily, I'm the only one here in College Station for what seems to be like the entire town. Like I look out the window and I see like two cars, but no one. I've seen no one. Luckily, I've just been here quarantining by myself. I don't have to see anyone. But it's been weird because it's been like eerily quiet. There were like a couple of fireworks on New Year's Eve, but I celebrated the best way that I could have by timing my viewing for, spoiler, my number one movie of 2021, which I also have the vinyl for. But I timed my viewing for when it hit midnight in the movie Bo Burnham Turns 30. Made a little video about it. It was really sad.
It was really sad. Especially seeing the whole setup. Like, I just imagine you taking it all down and then just going to sleep.
Well, some of it's still up because I just... maybe I'll take a picture of it. Yeah. But it's been weird isolating. Like, I was cleaning this morning. It's been weirdly therapeutic, though.
That's good. I've also been... like, when I say I operate under the assumption that I have it, I've also just been quarantining. I'm luckily able to just stay home even when I'm working, so it's pretty easy to just like wait. And I don't want people to think I'm just like not gonna do anything. Like I do have a test scheduled for, I think it's Tuesday, which is when you're supposed to. I think we found that it was like 10 days or something after you're exposed and you don't have any symptoms, and that's when you should get tested. Just to see if you still have it. So by Tuesday, I have it's the PCR one that's I guess more accurate, but it takes a while, or it takes like 1 to 2 days. So I'll know this week. I don't know when, but I'll know this week if I have it or not.
Solid.
Yeah. Our family has been pretty lucky because we've all been okay, you know. We've been fine. I don't want to like dox people's, status of having COVID or not, but I'm just saying like nothing really bad has happened, even though it does really suck that this happened. And it feels, I don't know if we want to get into the weeds of how it feels, especially as somebody who tested positive. I imagine it's like not fun.
I felt like extremely guilty. It also sucks because it feels like I've made it so far into the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have no symptoms. I'm like, I feel perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny that I made it this far and still got it. How's isolating over there been? Because I've just been watching movies, cleaning.
Yeah, it's fine. I haven't been cleaning as much as I should. Um, I've been getting stuff like other work done. Um, watched a lot of movies. Watched Queer Eye came out yesterday, so I watched the entire season.
Mm.
In one sitting. But yeah, it's been, I don't know. It's I guess I didn't realize because I had been, going and visiting people, even like just going to the movies by myself, like when I'm bored and like I can't do that. So I do feel that weird, like, what's it called? Cabin fever? Where I just like, I don't usually go out and do stuff all the time, but now I
Oh,
really
but
want
you
to.
really want to, yeah.
Yeah, like it just, it's weird that even if I just have an inkling of wanting to go somewhere, I'll go to like Five Below or something. And like now I don't want to do that. And I can't, but I don't
Yeah.
want to, But yeah, I mean, it could be worse. I could.
Yeah, it definitely could be worse. But you mentioned watching Queer Eye. Yeah, what else have you been watching as far as like shows? Because I feel like we'll talk about what we watched.
I've been catching up on this show. I don't know if you have shows that you watch where you're like, it's a bad show, like it's not good, but you just gotta know what happens. Mine is a Million Little Things. I think it's on ABC, and I hadn't watched it in a long time, so I caught up on that. It's still really bad. It's like, it's one of those shows where I think about if this stuff happened in real life, these people would be like, if I was like friends with one of them, I'd be like, "Are you okay? Like, there's always shit going on with you. Like, why is there so much shit going on with you?"
That's funny.
Yeah, so that show is terrible, but I love it so much. And what else? I watched the Harry Potter special. I guess
haven't
it's
seen
not
it yet.
really.
How was it?
You haven't seen it?
No,
It's
I saw this tweet saying like I cried the entire way through.
oh,
Is it?
it's not that good.
Oh,
I
solid.
liked it. They had a lot of people come back. There were moments that were emotional, but like for the people involved, not me. I was like, oh, that's nice. But yeah, it was. I don't know. It was nice. It was nice to. I kind of wished because I watched all of them like before Christmas, and I kind of wish I watched this first because I feel like that would have been cool to like.
Oh.
I had the inkling to watch it, but because we had just seen it, I was like, I don't want to watch all of them again. But I wish I would have
Yeah.
done that because it. I don't know. It just felt very nostalgic. They all look
That's
so old. Not really. They kind of look the same.
Is that all you've seen? Because did you end up watching How to with John Wilson?
No, not yet.
Dang. Not as well. I don't want to give too much, but I liked it. Solid ending.
I'm excited to watch it, but I don't know. I just every time I get on HBO, I it's there. It tells me that I have episodes to watch, but I just don't feel like it.
Let's talk about 2021. Big things. Came back into school, or at least for me, I went back to like in-person classes, got into like a weird routine.
Mm-hmm.
Really got into movies, like, and Letterboxd. Just watched a ton. I think in December, I watched 61 movies. Which I started logging it again,
Mm-hmm.
or like using Letterboxd religiously for logging movies back like late August, and I only logged 180, I think, for the year, which a third of them in December. But
I'm
I want
excited to have a full year of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I saw people
Yeah.
who have been using it for 10 years and like insane.
What else happened this year? I should have like come up with like lists of like or like stuff that happened because I don't really remember. Well, we came back to I don't know, the last 2 years have been kind of a blur, but didn't movies open up this year or no?
Yeah, they opened up. I don't remember I think the first one that I went back was with you on my birthday when I turned 21, which another thing.
Oh God, Wrath of Man.
We saw Wrath of Man, which solid movie, I gotta say.
I mean, I was pretty
from what I
drunk
remember.
and I had a great time watching it. I remember this one scene. I will never forget that one scene where they start this weird rendition of I think it's Walk the Line, right?
Uh-huh.
And it was like slow and the scene lasted so fucking long and I couldn't stop laughing and I felt so bad for Sebastian because I think he was like as sober as you could possibly be.
And
And
we
me
were
and
just
you were
both
just like, we're like, what the fuck is going on? Because I kept looking at him and laughing.
Yeah, that was a
bad.
fun time.
A great time.
Being back in the
so
movies.
Weird because I moved this year because I was like, it feels like I've been living in San Antonio for a while, but I've only lived here for like 6 months at this point.
Yeah, I moved another place too, smaller.
Yeah, around the same time, I think.
Yeah.
The first movie I went to was not with you though. It was in Austin. It was Spiral. Do you remember that movie?
Oh yeah. Honestly, I don't know
that movie.
What my first movie back was. I know that that's like the first one I logged this year.
I don't think it was Wrath of Man. I feel like you said you went before, but I don't remember.
Probably, but I don't remember what it was.
One of my things I'm very thankful for is going back to the movies. It sounds like I'm getting choked up, but I just had to cough. But yeah, I thought I was scared I wouldn't want to go as much, but I feel like I go every weekend now, which is what I wanted, what I missed so much.
I started going by myself. Like I watched Dune by myself, which is a lot of fun. Super momentous to just see that on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like it truly felt like watching that was like, yeah, this is like where you need to watch movies, especially that one. Like I mean, you could watch it wherever, but it definitely benefits from that theater experience.
Yeah.
And then like to have that reminder of like why you need to be at the movies from Dune, and then to watch because like it's like technical as to why you need to see it on a big screen. You need to have like that atmosphere, just like with the audio and everything. And then to watch Spider-Man No Way Home is like, this is why you need that audience there, to have that like collective experience with everyone, to just, especially with a movie that's just like extreme fan service.
Yeah, and I'm glad that that we got that, you know. I think I was nervous that this year would have movies that just didn't do, like, I don't know, like it would have like a Tenet or like there was a movie Sebastian and I were talking about, like movies that I've never seen or franchises I've never seen, because he said that we should watch Tokyo Drift, and I said I've never seen any of the Fast and Furious movies, so I don't want to like I think that'll be the thing that I keep sacred, is that I've never seen a single one my entire life. But he was like, but you need to watch Tokyo Drift. And then I said I've also never seen James Bond movies, like I've never seen a single one. And then I was like, well, what about, isn't there one coming out soon? And he was like, it's been out, like it's not, I think it's on DVD now.
Yeah.
And so I was scared that every movie that was supposed to be like highly anticipated was going to end up like that one, where like nobody gave a shit, nobody saw it, it kind of like flopped. So it was nice to have Dune, and I mean, to even like bigger degree, Spider-Man, where it's, I can't remember the last time it was like extremely hard to find a ticket to see a movie.
Yeah, it was also really nice to watch these movies that I've seen the trailer for, like, it feels like 2 years. Like Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh my god, I've seen the trailer for so fucking long.
I'm happy that's over.
I think that's why
that's done.
I assumed that the James Bond movie didn't come out, and I should have known because I didn't see the trailer, but like I saw the trailer for that so many times.
Yeah.
Or even West Side Story, I saw that fucking trailer all the time.
I cannot wait to see Morbius, because I feel like I've seen that trailer so many damn times. Oh my god,
that's Homer, when we went to go see Spider-Man, Homer like leaned over after the trailer. He's like, I've seen that trailer for like a year, I think. Like an entire calendar year. And I was like, I just probably
been everywhere.
But am I going to see it? Maybe. Probably not.
I probably will. Okay, let's talk about our top 10. But it feels right to only talk about our most hated movie this year. So I'll go first.
Mm-hmm.
My most hated movie this year, or that came out, was After We Fell, which I saw in the theater, and I really,
oh man,
truly, like, I was like, well, I don't know why this exists. I don't know why money was put into this, and it truly, like, I was
Fucking
upset.
Trevor.
So that was my most hated movie this year.
Mine was a movie called Separation. And I think I said like something about how it feels like it felt like a Hallmark movie, like a Hallmark. If Hallmark was like commissioned to make a horror film, in like the worst way possible. It was so bad. Like
That's
truly
funny.
one of the worst movies I've ever seen. But let's get to the good ones. I want you to start first.
Yeah, okay. So coming in at number 10 is Wes Anderson's The French Dispatch, which also another movie I saw by myself. I wanted to like this a lot more than I did, but it's still solid. Like it was broken into 3 parts. I don't think you've seen it, right?
Mm-mm.
I really liked the first and the last one. The middle one kind of just like lost me. But it just has like classic Wes Anderson, his style. And it, like watching, like I've seen all of his movies except for,
my favorite one.
Yeah, your favorite one. And this was
Darjeeling
probably one
Limited.
of my least favorite one, but still solid. Still love everything about it.
It's like that meme. It still was a Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah, it was everything I needed it to be.
All right, my number 10 is The Green Knight.
Okay.
This was one that I loved it a lot, but I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. I guess that's like the theme for the number 10s, but
Yeah.
I think there were some moments that I just like took me out of it so much where I was like, what is happening? I assume that would happen because of the source material is like I'm not familiar with it at all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know, just like there was some parts I didn't love, but I loved the entire cast. I thought the casting was amazing. I did really like the ending. Like I was lost in the middle a little bit, but then it got me back at the ending. Yeah, I love the idea too of making like one of my dreams, if I could make a movie, is to make a period film like this and just to cast whoever I wanted. You know, like to put Dev Patel in the as the leading man for, I just hate that me and like other people of color love movies like this, but we never see ourselves because like it's not time accurate or whatever. So I just love that. I love the story. I loved the tree guy. Like, what do you like the CGI or just like the way everything looked was amazing. So that's why it's my number 10. All right, what's your number 9?
The Last Duel.
So is mine.
Okay, well, we watched it together.
Mm-hmm.
You bought it on Blu-ray. I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. Like,
same.
I gotta say, Twitter is like the worst thing. Like, at least film Twitter is gotta be one of the worst things.
Groundbreaking. Twitter is the worst. Is the fucking worst. Yeah.
Honestly, I was like okay with Twitter just using my personal, but using our account, like a podcast one, and seeing like just all of the discourse and like everyone's saying the same thing, but everyone's just like so angry about it. It's legitimately, it's like, especially about this movie. I feel like this movie was shit on the most by people who hadn't seen it. So I just had this weird thing going into it, but I loved it. I
loved it. I thought it was amazing. I thought the way they did it was very like, I don't know, because I think too, just after coming off of watching House of Gucci, I was like, what is Ridley doing? Like, why did he make this movie? And then I watched this one and I was like, you know what? We all make mistakes. Like, I was kind of upset at him. And then I was like, you know what? he's not that bad. He still got it. But I truly loved it. I always am weary when movies break up into parts, especially when they title them, or I just, as somebody who has like a really bad attention span, and we watched this at a time when my medication was wearing off, I just have a hard time remembering what the parts mean. But the way they did it was so, it was just so easy to digest. It was so easy to see what's going on. It was fun to watch with you and Mom because we were like, oh, we believe her. Like, we were like, he's an asshole, and I don't even need to see her part to know it. But yeah, I just love that movie, and I think the cast was great.
Yeah, I loved that.
Yeah.
Like, it made me feel smart too, where I was like
Yeah.
noticing all the differences between the stories, like even some of the more subtle ones. So
Yeah.
props.
Yeah. Solid movie. Loved it. All right, what's your number 8?
I I know this is high up for you, but my number 8 is The Power of the Dog.
How dare
So, well,
How
I mean, I
dare you?
I don't know. I don't really.
This is
slow
why we can't
burns
make a
aren't-
collective list. But yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, go on.
Slow burns aren't like the. I wasn't just as invested in the story. Like, I still think
Yeah.
like it was one of the most like mind like you really had to pay attention to it, and I really appreciate the fact that it just like blew my mind at the end, where I was like, hold up, I need to give this another rewatch. So appreciate that, but just wasn't for me. But I think it is definitely, it really speaks to the art of cinema. So
Film Twitter would
Recognize.
have a field day with you right now. Okay.
probably, but
I'm so happy about that, by the way. As a side note, because I think I'm the person that went through and like curated the follower, like who we follow.
yeah.
So that's very funny to me that I like made that experience for you.
Well, it's not even like the
I did it
people
right
that,
though.
not even the people that we follow. It's because Twitter recommends a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of that, and seeing people's, because a lot of people just like quote tweet shitty takes. So it's a lot of that too.
Oh yeah.
But I just want to preface by saying, like, it was really hard to make this top 10 list because I think
yeah, I'm totally kidding.
love movies, and all of these are fantastic.
But I know you like, that's the thing though, that I saw this one tweet I think that you liked, where people were like, the next year can we just like all like movies? Like, why do we have to? Who cares? But like I knew that. I'm honestly surprised Power of the Dog was in your top 10, because I know that that's not the type of movie that you like. So
Yeah. I mean, I just
we
appreciate
like what we like.
technically what it did. So
Maybe you'll be surprised by my number 8 then, because my number 8 is Shang-Chi.
oh,
I thought that movie, I mean, WandaVision kind of did this for me, where I was like, oh, I like the MCU, but this movie was like, oh, it brought me back to watching Iron Man for the first time. It just was so, like, the story was so fucking good. Like, I can't remember the last time I was emotional during a Marvel movie. Like, I remember even just seeing a TikTok where somebody helped translate because the translation wasn't great, where instead of when the mom told him, I think it was the mom or his aunt told him, you are your mother's pride. And every single time I hear that or say it, I just get like teary eyed, because it's so good. And knowing the context of the movie and what that meant to him and his sister, that just feels like, the world they created was so beautiful. And I love seeing the MCU go in a direction where they're not only caring more about their characters, but they appreciate and they respect the culture that these characters come from, because they understand that the MCU is grounded in our world. So it's, you should care about the people that you're representing. And I loved it. I thought it was a solid movie. And I watched it again.
Surprising.
Yeah, I watched it again. I think the reason it's so high for me, because we watched it again recently, like maybe like a month ago. And it's such a fun time. It's so good. The fight scenes stress me the fuck out. Yeah, I like it a lot, and I am happy with it being number 8.
Yeah, definitely. It is a definitive moment for the MCU. I made it like a conscious effort not to include like Spider-Man, The Matrix, like franchise movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I had them, but I was like I did a lot of shuffling for this list, but I wanted to just appreciate like standalone movies. Well, I mean, one of them you could argue will be a franchise movie. Whatever, doesn't matter.
All right. What's your number 7?
Number 7, I have Mass. Which, very simple movie, and it's like technically, but it's just for lack of a better word, it's truly powerful. Gotta say.
Yeah.
I
Well, the
did
reason
not
I wanted you to
expect
watch
it to
it
be.
because, oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
Well, I just wanted you to watch it because it's one room, and I thought I know you
Yeah.
like movies like that. But sorry, go on.
Yeah, it felt like I don't know, I just really liked it. And normally I don't take into account like the performances of the actor. Like that's not a thing that really sticks out to me in movies, but this one, like, yeah, truly I was like, damn, they really went for it and they did fantastic.
Yeah.
So what about your number 7?
Mine is Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Okay. You're just subverting all my expectations because I think I had it in a similar place, but I feel guilty. Well, you explain yours.
So, mine, I think I was inspired by the whole like discourse of liking what you like and not giving a shit what people think. Because like, honestly, I think one of the main reasons it's up so high is because of the experience I had watching it. Like, it was such a fun experience. And another thing too is when we watched it again, like the rewatchability. I think you put this in your review, but it's like so rewatchable. Like I thought there was gonna be some parts where I could go to the restroom or something and like just leave if I needed to, but it truly, like, I was still entertained throughout. And I know people, like, the big thing people were saying is it's just fan service, but I don't know when that's turned into a bad word. Like, I think it is bad if that's what you use to make your movie, like if it's the only thing that is at the heart of the movie. But if you're gonna do fan service, I think this is exactly the way you do it, where you I guess like I don't know if subverts the right way, but you, like, they used all of these points that people wanted. People wanted, I guess, spoilers. People wanted Andrew and Toby in it. People wanted Green Goblin. They not only want to see Green Goblin, but they wanted to see Norman. You know, they wanted all these things, but like, it doesn't feel like they just like handed it to us. You know, it felt like they weaved it into a story that made sense and a story that led somewhere. You know, the ending isn't just well, here you go, that's it. Like it felt like a beginning to something.
Yeah,
and it was a roundabout way of giving fans what they wanted, but also it's just what the story wanted. You know, if you think about what you would have done after, what was it, Far From Home, like it's kind of hard to go anywhere after that. So I feel like it's such a smart way to continue this, not only the MCU, but this specific Spider-Man franchise.
Yeah.
And I think it's mostly up here because it's a good movie, but I also just like what they did with it. Like, I think it's such a smart way to take a superhero movie and to kind of like do what you want with it, but also give the fans what they want.
And especially to like do those monumental characters like justice, because I especially Norman Osborn. Like, fantastic. Big challenge, and they did great.
And honestly, just for that one scene, and we watched it again, and it's still so fucking good, where like Peter like senses something's happening. Such a good scene.
Fantastic.
All right, 6.
Number 6, I have The Green Knight. I really like this movie. It's funny because when I went to go see it in the theaters, I went with Kayla and one of our friends, and they were like, "Yeah, we're never letting you pick another movie again." Like,
oh, I love that. I love when that happens.
I really enjoy. Oh my god, I really enjoyed it because I, like, you mentioned that you are not familiar with like the source material. I'm a little bit more familiar with it, not necessarily Gawain's story, like I know of it. But just like the whole Arthurian, like that whole time period just is really interesting to me. And to see that in such a unique and visually distinct, like, what's the word I'm trying to think of? I don't know, just like piece. It was really cool to see. And I like the arc that we see Gawain go through. It just feels important for him. So...
That would be fun if you ended. And also, Dev Patel's hot. So, full star for that.
Full star. I also have the A24 shirt.
I like that shirt. I'm jealous of it. All right.
That's That's my number 6.
Number
What's
6,
yours?
mine was Mass.
Oh, okay.
I think I all for the same reasons that you did, but also like I don't think I've seen a movie this year that solely based on, well, that's not true, but like this one was like solely based on performances.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so fucking good. And like I also love, like, I'm such I was gonna say I'm such a slut for movies, but like I use that all the time. I'm such a slut for when movies are like when they don't explain what's happening and you learn piece by piece. You know, because we know we don't know why they're there, right? They just like sit in a room, and it's so like the mystery around it is so eerie. Even like the little the cross, because it's in a church, is like so strange, and like don't put the tissue there. Like it's just, it feels so creepy. And then people, and then they come in, and you know there's like a heaviness, and just I fucking loved it. And then I don't know, I just thought, and then when they were about to leave, I was like, I didn't know how they were gonna end it, and it was just such a good ending. I'm trying not to give too much away, but it's such a solid movie. And yeah, I haven't seen Martha Plimpton in a ton. She plays the mom that is with Draco's dad. What's his name? Do you know, like, that couple?
Actual name. Yeah.
It's Jason Isaacs, I want to say.
Yeah, Jason Isaacs.
Okay. That couple, but like Martha Plimpton, his wife, was, oh my god, she was so fucking good. And I always forget because I see her in a couple of things, but she was one in this one show, I forgot what it was called, but where she
Raising
played, like,
Hope.
Where she was like a white trash mom.
That's like the only thing I've seen her in, and to see this, like, whoa.
And I know she's a good actress because I know she's done stuff before, but I think before that, like in her early years, she was a little bit more like in movies and stuff. So I love seeing her now. And you know, when Ann Dowd's in there, she's gonna fuck that shit up. She's so fucking good. I love her so much. Just the way she talks, like when she was holding the jar. I was like, holy shit, give her an Oscar. I fucking love her.
How funny would it have been if she gave her a rug with her name on it?
Oh my god. I forgot she was in Hereditary. God, that's all I want. I want one of those rugs so bad. Yeah. But yeah, I love this movie so much. Even the poster's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love movies like this, and I want to make one. Oh, and you know, I need to send you who the director is, because he was an actor, and he's in like, have you seen Cabin in the Woods?
No.
Oh, never mind. But he's an actor, but this is like his first movie, I think, and I was like, fuck you, dude. This is such a good movie.
Yeah.
You might recognize him, but yeah, solid movie. Love this movie.
Top half.
All right, what's your number 5?
Let's do number 5. Number 5, Titan.
One I have not seen.
Yeah, this was insane. Blew my mind. I definitely need to give it a rewatch. I also watched Raw this year, or 2021. So to see that, it's very.
Do you have one that you like more, or hard to compare?
Hard to compare, because they're they're also like in the same family of like, just like, what the fuck.
Yeah.
I definitely need to give it a rewatch. I think in my review I put like, I don't know what any of this means, but I know I loved it because I was like on the edge of my seat, but not. I mean, some of it was nerves, but some of it was like just anticipating what was happening next, because I just really enjoyed it. So.
All right, my number 5 is Dune. So I thought it had been sitting at like number 2 for a really long time, but because I saw new stuff, it moved down a little bit. But I loved it a lot, and this is probably the franchise one you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Where it is. I'm excited for the second one. I'm a little nervous for it because this one's so good that I'm like, I don't know if I need another one. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. I liked it a lot. Yeah. 1 full star for just Oscar Isaac.
Truly.
Yeah.
Well, it's up mine, so I'll talk about it.
All
right. Number 4, Pig.
Mm-hmm.
Pig was fantastic. It's like not at all what I expected, and I think we talked about it a little
named
bit.
Pig.
A movie named Pig. I mean, just from the trailer, you think it's gonna be like a John Wick style,
Yeah.
but it's so different in all the best ways, and like, and it takes a lot of, or not doesn't take, but it has a lot of the same themes in John Wick, but it does it in such a unique and truly awesome way, and it made me happy, sad, so love that.
All right. Well, what was that? Your number 4?
That was my number 4.
Okay. Mine is Inside. So I know you'll talk about it more probably, so I'll just keep it brief. But yeah, I don't know. I just didn't know somebody could make something like this until he did. And I thought it would be my number 1 for a while. Because it's just so good. But I think movie-wise, I think I'm one of those people that it's kind of hard for me to reconcile if this is a movie or not. Because it's more like a comedy special. But yeah, it's very much my shit. I love the music. I love everything about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, top 3.
Number 3, this was also very hard, but it's going to be Come On, Come On.
Okay.
Gotta say, love the overall message. Love, honestly, everything about it. You know, like the talk of, you watched it, right? You watched it. Like just mental health issues. And something that I'm coming to realize as I get older is just like how being an adult, you just lose that sense of like just the overwhelming nature of life and just the anxieties that it brings. It just forces a lot of adults to lose that like pureness that kids have. And it just made me understand why people, I mean, I know why they like kids and like want kids, but it just made me like truly understand and see how it helps those people with that. So yeah. I loved it so much. Also another one that made me happy, sad.
My last 3 are just depressing, but that's probably why I like them. So mine is Pig. I fucking loved Pig so much. I think that was a movie that it felt like it was made. I guess the top 3 are kind of like that, but this one specifically, for some reason, I felt like it was made for me. Like, it's so sad, but Nicolas Cage in it is so fucking good. I love when, I mean, he's been a good actor for like forever, but I feel like at least our generation, we grew up with him with like National Treasure, Ghost Rider. You know, like that's the first time we saw him, so he kind of felt like a certain kind of actor. And so now that I'm older and seeing more of his stuff, I get to see just how good he is and how he's not those things that I thought he was.
Or he is, but more. Like he's so much more.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you can be all these things. Like he can be silly and he can be like an action star, but he can also be somebody that gives a performance like he did in Pig. Yeah, and I just love the message of it. I love in a year that feels like, or I guess probably last 2 years that feel like they've been just like so full of grief. It felt like a good movie to like a cathartic movie to watch. Yeah, it's just nice. It's hard to know that you can move on from stuff that's so hard. And so it's nice to see it, even if it's in a movie that's scripted. It's nice to see somebody struggle with the same thing you're struggling with, but then can like move on, you know? It's nice to see that. And so I feel like it was a gift, this movie.
Truly.
All right, number 2.
Number 2, coming in hot, Dune. Gotta say, well, first I read the book by Frank Herbert, or at least the material that is covered in the movie. Visually amazing. This movie is insane. I saw it in IMAX, and it was honestly like just an insane experience because it's just so massive, the scale of obviously the universe, but and the fact that Denis Villeneuve was able to like capture that on the screen is insane. Hans Zimmer really put his everything into it. Absolutely fantastic. And I gotta say, like, when I started reading the book, or before I read the book, I asked Kayla, like, because I wanted to start reading again, and I was like,
Mm.
what should I read? Like a mystery, a thriller? She's like, just read like sci-fi. You're a sci-fi guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't really like. That's a
She's like,
weird
you're a fucking
thing.
nerd.
Yeah, like that. Just like the connotation
Yeah.
that word comes with, or just like that the genre comes with. I was like a little skeptical, but after reading Dune and watching the movie, I'm like, yeah, I don't care. This is it. Just that level of fantasy and a lot of stuff that is grounded in reality, but just brought to that high level, and the fact that it was all captured and portrayed perfectly. I mean, something that I really want to rewatch and probably will soon. And definitely read. Like, it's an amazing book as well. So, there you have it. Number 2.
My number 2 is Come On, Come On. So, this movie has everything that I want. It has Joaquin Phoenix. It has a child actor that's actually very, very good. Like, surprisingly good. Like, I feel like somehow I wanted to look him up and, like, maybe see that he's actually, like, just a really young-looking 30-year-old because
Benjamin
truly,
Button style.
who gave him the right to be that good? Also, I learned that I think he's British.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck you, kid. Like, what the fuck? We can't have anything. But anyways, he was so fucking good. Everybody in this movie was good. I love the little surprise of seeing Jabuki Young White in there.
Yeah.
I like laughed
just
out
there.
loud. I was so happy. Yeah, I want him in anything. So I feel like that was very fun for me. Yeah, I don't know. I just I love when movies are just centered around kind of like what Mass was, just centered around conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like nothing really happened in this movie, but like everything did. Yeah, I love the dynamic. I love the conversations they had. I love the way, like, I just love seeing like the smart little ways that directors or writers decide to tell their stories. Like, I really liked him, interviewing people and how that's kind of one of the big story devices of them two connecting, but also just like the kid like recording what he was feeling and like listening back to that. And I liked the siblings like calling each other, and he's like learning how to be a parent and kind of talking shit about the kid
Yeah.
to make his sister not feel as shitty of a mom. And yeah, I don't know, I really liked it. I liked how human it felt. Yeah, loved it. It was it felt so warm too.
Yeah.
Weirdly.
Melancholic, if you will.
I guess. But it just made me feel so like I told you, I think, because it was a double feature where I watched Mass first and then this one, and I think you did it the other way around.
I did the exact opposite. It was
I
like,
was like,
what
yeah,
the
you probably
hell?
should have watched Mass first, because Mass was just so heavy. Like, I felt so exhausted after watching that, and then Come On, Come On was just so like, it felt so light. It deals with heavy topics, obviously, but it just felt so pure. Yeah. I liked it a lot. I feel like it got the thing I always harp on is like family dynamics and how sometimes they're not portrayed well, but I feel like this one was pretty good.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Finishing it off strong.
Truly.
With number 1. Okay, number 1. Bo Burnham Inside. Gotta say, when I first saw that like he was releasing this, I was obviously excited. I'm a big fan of Bo Burnham's work.
Mm-hmm.
And Kayla didn't like Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
Like, just his stuff, not him as a person.
I think Sebastian was the same way. Like, he was like, I get it, but not a huge fan.
Yeah, and then to watch this, and the fact that this was able to make Kayla somewhat of a fan, speaks of it. Like, that's enough right there. That's enough reasoning.
That's quite enough.
Yeah, that's quite enough. But for me, it's like, if I'm to rank 2021 movies, this is at number 1 because it just perfectly captured what I think my experience with the year was, especially because I only worked during the summer, and then in the fall I didn't do anything. Like, I had so much time to make stuff, and to see a singular thing that was made by an entire, like, a singular thing that was made by a singular individual is just truly inspiring. I'm glad that I was able to watch this and just feel guilty about myself for not making something as amazing as this. Because just the songs the production value is, like, to see his songs progress is just amazing. Just as a creator to get to this point. But it perfectly captures the year of 2021. And if I think of this year, I'll definitely think of this movie. So
yeah,
why not be number one?
There you go.
Loved it.
All right, ready for mine?
Yeah.
Mine is Licorice Pizza. No, I'm kidding.
That would have been hilarious.
Is The Power of the Dog. I don't. So my top 3 was the ones that I moved around a lot, and I'm still not 100% sure if this is my number 1, but I'm okay with it for now. Because again, like, I don't know, I feel like this year was like movies. It's my top 3 are like movies that I would always like, like, not surprising that I like them, but I've never really cared for Westerns. And so to like a Western this much, or like, I guess something resembling a Western this much, is very surprising to me. I also, watching, it's so weird to watch The Power of the Dog and then Spider-Man, because Benedict Cumberbatch, I didn't think of him before as a person that had range, but he has a good amount of range. I feel like he was perfect in The Power of the Dog, and he was also pretty good as Doctor Strange. Like, I don't think he's better at one than the other. Although I do like, well, I'm not excited. I like him as a villain figure, but I'm not excited for whatever the fuck he's gonna do in multiverse movie. Not excited for that. I don't know why. For a conversation for another day, but yeah, this movie was just so fucking. The characters in it were so well developed, and I love when characters feel like they are real.
Yeah.
And every single person in this movie is so fucking good. Benedict Cumberbatch was obviously a star in my eyes, but I feel like Kirsten Dunst, maybe I'm a little bit bitter that she wasn't in No Way Home, but holy shit, she was so fucking good. Yeah, her and Jesse Plemons. God, I just want to I want them to adopt me. No, I don't want that. I want to be a babysitter or something. They just seem so fun, and they're so good at what they do. I just love them. I love seeing them together. I think they were so good in this movie, and I feel like it's so interesting to see a couple and that is a real life couple and act like this in the movie, like how they just didn't really care that much for each other, or the guy just didn't want to be there at all. So I thought that was very funny. The kid in it was so fucking creepy, but I loved him. Yeah, I don't know. This movie was so fucking good, and I knew I liked it a lot. And honestly, if it was just the first, if it didn't have the last 5 minutes, I still would have loved it a lot. But I feel like it used the ending so well that it has to be one of my favorites, one of my favorite endings, one of my favorite stories, performances. It had everything that I wanted. And it's I don't know why, but I love quiet movies. I feel like this is a movie where I would this happened a lot, especially in high school, where I would tell my friends, we need to watch this. And then we'd watch it and they're like, why would you ever make us watch that? What happened? Why? And I love when that happens. I think it's very funny. That happened to you. But yeah, love this movie so much.
Solid top 10s.
I think so. I'm happy with that.
Like I said, it was super hard. I mean, there are so many amazing movies that came out that there's too many to mention. Do you have any honorable mentions?
Ooh.
Do you want to call out?
I liked Lamb a lot. I feel like that's one that nobody really talks about a lot anymore. But I thought it was really good. I didn't like it enough to put in my top 10, but I still love that one. And I guess I'll also say The Night House.
Yeah.
The Night House was such an interesting experience. I do think the explanation, I think the reason it's not in my top 10 is because of like what the explanation of what actually was happening was just not interesting to me. Yeah. Malignant also.
Malignant was insane.
So fucking funny. I loved that movie. That movie was a good time, but it was not a good movie, but it was a great time.
Great time.
Like, movie wise, maybe 2 stars, but like experience wise, 4 at least.
Yeah.
Oh, when he throws a fucking chair. Oh my God. Oh man.
That's
so
funny.
Excited.
I think my only honorable mention, I'll give 2 actually, is this movie called Censor. Did you end up watching it?
Oh no. Sorry.
That's fine.
I think I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Which would be, it pairs well with The Night House, I gotta say.
Oh, I lost a follower.
On Letterboxd?
Yeah.
Listen, I've been there. It's a tough feeling.
Sorry, I'm listening to you. Go on.
But you know what? For every follower that you lose, you gain back 2 more. It's fine. Roll with the punches. But Censor.
Okay. Yes.
Really enjoyed. Has that like 80s VHS like cinematography. Fantastic. Loved it. Overall the premise is okay. Or like the way it was executed was but really enjoyed it. I haven't seen anyone talk about it cuz I mean pretty indie film. But I also want to shout out The Mitchells versus the Machines cuz that was surprisingly really good. I don't know if you ended up watching it, but
no, I've heard a lot about it, but no, I haven't seen it.
Really enjoyed it, gotta say. But if you guys want to see our full 2021 ranked lists on Letterboxd and throw Livia a follow, I'll drop the links to the description so you can see those. Because there's a lot. I think on my list I have 65. Well, 2022 is our year. And speaking of that, let's talk about anticipated movies.
Okay. Well, first of all,
I just made that segue.
Huh?
No, go for it.
I went through. I did the whole like letterbox thing that you showed me, where you can see movies coming out at a certain year.
Yeah.
It just so I can remember, and I scrolled down a little bit. Did you know they're gonna make a Now You See Me 3?
Yeah, it's on my watch list.
Well, there you go. Highly anticipated for me.
Extremely. Like that's insane.
Adding that to my watch list. All right. Number 1. Well, obviously Batman, right?
Yeah, the Batman.
I haven't seen the new trailer, but I don't know. There's certain movies that I have like inklings for, and I don't trust it all the time because I had an inkling that Dune was going to be not great. So, but I have like a feeling this one's not going to be that great.
I don't know, because I really like the comics that like inspire it. I think it's The Long Halloween. And I think visually, I think it's going to be amazing. I don't know. I'm a little skeptical as well as as far as the story. But from what I've seen in the trailer, I think
it'll be good.
Like the technical side of me is like
it'll be
loving
great.
it already.
Well,
let's just what other let's talk about the like superhero movies we're getting. So we're getting Thor.
People think that somebody's gonna die. I don't know why.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I hope so. I mean, my critique for every movie is that more people should die.
More death. Very excited because Taika Waititi is.
Oh, he's doing this one again?
Yeah, and
okay.
honestly, before like Spider-Man: No Way Home, and I can't think of any other ones.
Hold on.
That's like one of my favorite MCU movies. Is Ragnarok.
Oh, yeah. Christian Bale's gonna be in this fucking movie?
Yeah. It's an insane.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Bradley Cooper. Oh, he's Rocket. We're getting the Doctor Strange one, which no.
Maybe that's the one too. I'm like, that's not gonna be good.
Yeah. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh,
extremely excited for that.
Wakanda Forever.
No thoughts. I don't know.
I I don't know. This stuff coming out about that girl is like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
I guess that's it for the movie, the superhero movies, right?
We're getting The Flash, which I'm excited for because, well, I don't know, because I really like Henry Cavill as Superman, and I've heard it's supposed to be, like a soft reboot for, I don't even know if it's soft reboot. I think it's supposed to be like hard reboot of the DC EU. Which that's the only thing I'm sad about is because I like Henry Cavill as Superman. Man of Steel is fantastic.
Do you know who Rudy Mancuso is? That one guy that used to do Vines.
Oh yeah, I see him.
He's on the cast list. So yeah, not gonna watch that movie.
Morbius.
Oh yeah, the movie that never was.
I saw this funny tweet.
Movie come out?
Like end of January.
Oh okay.
I saw this tweet where it was like, because there's a scene in the trailer where he's walking and they see Spider-Man like graffitied, and someone was like, I wonder which Spider-Man it is, because like it could be anyone.
How many people said Andrew Garfield, right?
Well, I saw this tweet. It was like, I don't think Sony knows what universe Morbius is in, because like it has a vulture, like Michael Keaton as a vulture. The actual like art on the wall of Spider-Man looks like
Toby, right?
Toby, and then there's a Oscorp tower in the trailer, I think. Which,
yeah.
I don't know. We'll see it.
Interesting. What are the other ones?
Black Adam, excited because
Aquaman. Why is my question.
What do you think your most anticipated of
Nope.
the year is? Nope.
Mhm.
Okay, that's Jordan Peele, right?
Yeah. Because nothing. I don't know when it's gonna come out, but like, there's nothing about it anywhere, other than the cast. And honestly, I hope they don't put anything out. I don't know. They probably will. We'll probably get a trailer in a few months.
Yeah. It'd be cool if it was just like a mini teaser. People are going to show up regardless.
That's why I hope that they just don't do anything. But who knows? That one, what else? They announced what the opening movie for South by is going to be. It's called Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Okay, that one, have you seen the trailer?
No.
That is probably my most anticipated one of the year. Besides, like, the Batman.
Should I see the trailer? I was just gonna try to get into it anyways, so didn't matter.
Yeah, I mean the trailer it's like I don't know, if you end up watching it, it's like I'm extremely excited for it because, whoa, it's an insane premise, and I think it's gonna be
pretty big,
like top 10 of the year. Like if I'm predicting, hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not a Curb Your Enthusiasm moment, but very excited.
I'm excited for it. Don't worry, darling. I'm just interested to see what that'll be. Olivia Wilde's next movie with like Florence Pugh and Harry Styles.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
That'll be interesting. Especially I'm excited for like because I don't know why, but I'm on the side, and now it's more of like every time I'd go on TikTok, I'd always see videos of Harry Styles, and I was like, I don't know why. Like I didn't ask for this. I don't know why it's popping up, but I've learned a few things because of this, and one of them is that people hate Olivia Wilde. Like Harry Styles fans, a lot of them do not like her.
Right.
Because I guess they're together. I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's confirmed, but I think they're together. And so I'm interested. I'm anticipating the movie, but I'm mostly anticipating the reaction to them being at like red carpets together. I think that'll be very funny. That I'm excited for Scream, and I think that comes out soon.
Yeah.
Because I like the Scream, like the first. I don't know if I've seen other movies, but I like that one.
First one's very good. Oh, the new Robert Eggers one? Was it The Northman?
Oh, Northman? The Northman?
Yeah. That one,
that looks
I'm very
fucking
excited
wild. Were you there when we saw the trailer for it?
I don't think so.
I don't know what movie I went to go see, but I saw the trailer and it looked fucking wild.
I've seen the trailer. I imagine in the theater it would be amazing.
I don't know when I saw it, but I saw the trailer for it and it looked fucking weird.
Yeah, that one's gonna be
Damien
insane.
Chazelle's coming out with a movie called Babylon. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I think he's fine, but I don't really. La La Land
it's set in the like silent film era. Okay. Well, like the transition from silent film to talkies. So I know you're not a big fan of like. Oh, I guess you're just not a big fan of like older movies.
Yeah, it'll be something like I struggle to get into, but I'm sure I'll like it and I'll watch it. There's gonna be another Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Excited for that.
I've never seen the other ones. Maybe I'll do that this year.
I've seen a few of them and they're pretty good.
Which Halloween Ends is also coming out. I know our mom's gonna be excited for that. I'm just curious to like as a follow up to this year, Halloween Kills, what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
Evil dies tonight.
Yeah, very strange. They made it such a point to be like it's ending today, and then like nope, did not.
Nope.
What
Fantastic
else?
Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. Our
God.
sister brought up a good point. I'm only excited because of Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah,
who plays
excited for that.
That's like the only thing I'm excited for.
I don't really know why they make these movies anymore. Because I watched, I think I don't know if I saw the sequel to it, like the second one. But I watched a video that explained it, and they explained like what the twist was or what the plot was. And I was like, how this is not coherent at all. And you know why? Because J.K. Rowling wrote these movies, and she's not good at writing anything other than Harry Potter books. So she should just stop. If they get like an actual person that knows what they're doing to write these movies, then I feel like they'd be fine. There's gonna be a new Insidious movie.
Oh, really?
Which I was not excited for, but then it's apparently directed by Patrick Wilson.
Whoa.
So that'll be interesting. Excited for that.
I wonder if
the other
has
ones
he
I'm seeing,
had
I don't know.
more of a, like, has he been a producer for the other ones, or that you know
I'm
of?
assuming so, but I have no idea. Let's see, maybe we can see what his work is as a producer. No. That's surprising to me.
Really? No, yeah, me too.
I'm excited to see that, though. I think that'll be interesting. I'm excited for I'm always just excited for any potential of getting like a good scary movie. I don't know when Ari Aster's new movie's coming out, but I'm so excited for that, especially if it ends up being a movie that's like 5 hours long, like he said he wanted it to be. Yeah. I would be there. I would be first in line for that ticket. I'm so excited for that. That's very funny to me too, to make a 4-hour-long movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think biggest one though, if you're asking for like my most anticipated, I would say Nope is number 1, and then Now You See Me 3. No, I'm kidding. No, Nope is like the biggest one. Just because like Jordan Peele, he hasn't done anything wrong in my eyes. So and the cast too. Interesting. I'm excited to see how they work together because I don't think I've ever seen any of them in the same thing together. Because it's like Steven Yeun, Keke Palmer, I think, is in it too, right?
Yeah, Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah. So
Barbie
Ferreira.
Yeah.
Yeah. This Is Us is another thing, not a movie, but it ends this year, and I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I'm sad.
I'm very sad.
Dang.
I think it's gonna be a very good year of movies, so I'm excited.
Yeah, 2021 was a absolute powerhouse.
Yeah, surprisingly.
And I think this year is gonna be similar.
What do you think is gonna be the biggest disappointment? And not like in general, but to you.
Probably The Flash. Or Black Adam, honestly. I feel like it's going to be a superhero movie.
Yeah, DC, betting on DC to be a disappointment is a good bet. You know what?
Especially Black Adam. I really hope I'm wrong, because I like The Rock as that character is like perfect. But who knows?
No.
Who freaking knows?
You know what? Maybe I'll make a bold statement and say that I think. Well, I don't know if it's bold to say that multiverse is going to be bad. I feel like people think that.
What multiverse?
Or maybe not. Multiverse of Madness.
Oh.
Sorry. I think that is going to be bad. And the reason I think that is because they're doing like heavy reshoots. And that's never a great sign.
That made me sad because Sam Raimi's directing it.
I don't know. That guy, I think, isn't he like... A lot of his stuff is it's a hit or miss a lot, you know? I mean, you can say that for any movie, but like his is like on the very different ends of the spectrum, or am I thinking of somebody else?
I think so.
So I also don't think Thor is gonna be that great.
Oh, I don't know. I'll be excited to see anything, honestly.
Just when the fact that they said that they were gonna make another Thor movie, I was like, why?
I don't know. After Ragnarok, like I really enjoyed Ragnarok. Like just visually, it's just so vibrant.
I know, but if we're talking like if I'm going back on the point of like, are we making something because people want it versus does it help the plot of the character but also the overall MCU? I would say I don't know, because what are they going to do with Thor? What else are they going to do with him? You know?
Yeah, I feel like it's run its course. That's why maybe they'll surprise you with Natalie Portman.
I've heard that you know, Thor's not, or there's this whole argument of like Thor's not really a character, he's a mantle. I think that's what they call it, mantelpiece or something. It's like it's not a person, it's a role. So I think that would be interesting. And I wouldn't hate that. But
yeah, because I could see I see what you mean, like just the whole like righteousness and then being a god and like having that power. It's like I don't know. With great power comes great responsibility.
You said it wrong.
Yeah, my bad. When one is endowed with power,
the extra thing that comes along with it is something that you would call responsibility.
The ability to be responsible
with power. With your power. Let me try it one more time. She's like,
hold on. Let me take a breath.
That's why she had to take so many fucking breaths, because she prolonged it. You know, she only had a certain amount of breaths, and she took forever to say the one thing that she's supposed to say.
And with that power, there must also become responsibility.
Why would they change it? I don't want to get into this.
Let's not get into it.
Yeah, I'm excited though. I'm excited to be another thing though. I guess I don't know if we ended on this, but I'm excited to have a full year of Letterboxd.
Me too.
I've never done that.
Are you? Me neither. But are you doing the whole one movie per or for the day?
No.
For the day, 365 movies.
Okay, Aunt May. Are you doing?
It's really convoluted.
A movie for each day that there is in a year. Probably not. Did I say I was going to?
I think you said you were gonna try to. I mean,
no, I'm just gonna try to watch a lot of movies, but there's no point in putting a.
I'm gonna try to triple it.
Number.
I'm gonna try to watch 1,000. I'm just.
Oh, we can set goals for how many. I mean, I think at the end of the year, I would like to have like at least 400.
Oh, okay. So you'll knock 365 out of the park.
I think. I mean, I've done it before, so I should probably up myself, right? Like.
Double it. 700.
Well, I mean, it'll be if South by does still happen. That'll be a good like.
You'll watch a lot. Man, I'm gonna feel so left out. That's crazy.
All sad.
Yeah.
Well, sorry. If you know, you know. That's my theme of the year. If you know, you know, and you apparently don't. So.
I do not.
What are do you have any movie goals? Because that's mine. I maybe get over 400 movies in a year. And then I want to have at least 100 followers on Letterboxd. I think I can go over that, but I want to have at least 100.
I want at least 101.
Oh, okay. I just want to end the year with more followers than you.
That's funny. Okay. I want at least 200.
Okay.
And I want to watch at least 800 movies. No, I think a solid. I don't know, because if I do like 60 per month, that's an insane amount of movies.
I mean, you could probably do it.
Yeah, let's go for 600. I could do 600 in a year.
Do you want to do a competition?
See how many movies we could watch?
Maybe not.
I don't have a job,
have to,
so I
maybe
will
we
beat
don't.
you.
I work from home. So what now, bitch?
Okay, my goal is to watch and to be more critical, like technically, of movies, because I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on like filmmaking. So I want to get more like technical.
So you can make a movie better than a lot of people, is what you're saying?
No.
You don't need film school? And you're better than people.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
I've been watching a couple of YouTube videos. Sorry.
I honestly don't even remember where I was going at this point.
Well, you were saying you watch a lot of technical stuff, so now you can like...
Yeah, I just want to watch like movies that I would watch in film school, like if I went.
Well, I think we can have what I'm saying is we can have our own personal, like, individual goals, but I think we should try to, like, watch more than the other person. Yes. I don't know what the prize would be, but...
Okay. Yeah, I want to watch more movies than you.
Okay, well, I want to watch more than you, so... And I already have more than you. I've watched... Oh, wait, no, that's not true. You've watched one, right?
I've watched 2 movies this year.
Oh.
Well, I don't know, because I watched Inside, and that was kind of like... I finished it in the new year, but I started it in, like, last year.
Oh, interesting.
But it was my first one logged. What I watched last night, Napoleon Dynamite.
Well, I watched the Harry Potter thing, and then right now I'm watching Encanto. Again? Yeah, I've been watching a lot of TikToks. Like, there's, like, all this discourse. I can talk to you about it off air. I don't want to get into it. But, like, there's a lot of, like, arguments and stuff happening about the movie. And because I've been seeing it so much and listening to the songs, I was like, maybe I should watch it again, and I'll like it more this time. And I kind of do a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll just see at the end of the year who has the most movies and the most followers.
Yeah.
Okay, any rules?
Any rules? No, not really. Are we counting like short films too? Because like that could get real, like spicy.
I don't watch a lot of short films.
If I log it, I won't count it because that's like you could just.
It's fine. I don't mind if you count it.
No, I won't because.
I think though. How about this? So if you just end up watching them, just because you like short films, then I feel like you should include that. But
if it like the purpose is to beat you,
then I think that's a little.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like. Oh, I saw Livia log 5 movies.
Yeah, I don't think you would do that. So I think it's fine if you log. And I mean, as I've said before, I'm going to be going to South by where I'm watching like movies all day. So
that's true.
And there's a lot of
whoever
short
wins
films, too.
At the end of the year
gets to go to South by.
No, has to quit the podcast, so it's just for one person. Yeah.
Whoever wins has to quit.
Yeah. Oh no, loses. I mean. Whoever wins is done watching movies for the rest of their life.
What is the... We have to come up with some sort of like... Either somebody wins something or there's like a stake where you have to watch the Polar Express.
Oh, you know what would be like really...
God.
Crazy is because I saw this person who watched... This might be too much. Watched Charlie's Angels once, like 365 times. Okay,
not doing that, but I would say once a month. There's a movie that they have to watch once a month.
Okay.
In the next year.
That's fair. We'll do that.
Because that's like actually feasible, but once a year, that's insane.
Unless someone,
once a day, that's insane.
Maybe if someone comes up with a better like. Incentive.
We have a year to come up with something. I like that though. That's funny.
Okay.
Yeah. Or, you know, it would be either that they have to watch like the same thing every month, or they have to watch an entire franchise through like the entire way through. I don't know if that's hard to do, but like say like every James Bond movie to ever exist, or all the Fast and Furious, or
or once a week, kind of like the family tree where someone else picks. Like since I'm gonna win, I'd pick a movie for you every week, and you have to watch it.
Oh God.
So 52 movies you would watch. We'll come up with something. We don't have to hash it out here.
I mean, some ideas, but yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, the winner should get something too. We'll come up with it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Alrighty. I'm excited.
Yeah.
To have some sort of incentive to watch movies.
Yeah, actually, I have to go now. I have to watch some movies. Thanks you guys for listening. It's been it was a fun year for the podcast too. We changed a lot of the format. Did we rebrand this year? I feel like we did.
It was at the very beginning of the year, but yeah.
Oh. Well, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next year. Well,
what?
We'll see you guys next episode.
We're taking a sabbatical, honey. I can't stop saying that. Norman's on sabbatical, honey. Sebastian was like, I don't remember him saying honey.
I don't remember him saying honey either.
He did. Look it up. Or he said the second time he noticed it.
Oh.
Norman's on sabbatical, honey.
What the hell?
Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, let's end. I have to go to the restroom.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.